Greetings and salutations, friends. This is Amir sending love to you from Binyamina, my home here in the land of Israel, where we just finished celebrating, not quite celebrating, but honoring the day of Tisha B'av. The ninth of Av is the calamity of all calamities for the Jewish people, and we have plenty of those. But let me tell you about a day which compiles the worst of everything: the burning of the temple, the expulsion from Warsaw, every bad, shitty thing that's ever happened to the Jewish people. It's kind of like the opposite of President's Day. And so we have to reflect and we have to think about what that means. It's a great day and a horrible day, but it's also an opportunity. We read the book of Lamentations, reflect and breathe, and some people fast, and some people cry, and some people beat their chests, and some people wail for the losses and for the sorrow. I looked out onto the sea this evening as the sun came down, and I finished my Tisha B'av, reflecting on the nation that I love, that I see burning with fear, with anger, with frustration, with envy and enmity. I love my nation. I love my people. I love everything about us. And I weep for us all the same, because my nation is a little torn. We're all a little torn. I'm hurting inside personally for my own reasons, and my nation is also struggling. That symbiotic dissonance of what we want and what we dream and what we hope our nation will be, and the horrors that it has been in the past: burning, Holocaust, gas, horror that has befallen us. And the contrast with the current situation, which, as far as I'm concerned, is pretty darn good for a nation of 70 something years that's kicking and struggling and making and clawing its way into the modern world. Israel as a modern nation, a modern political nation, is of course built on the back of a nation that is 3,500 years old. And so we have to both compare Israel as a modern nation to other nation states, and we also have to contrast our peoplehood with that of everyone else in the world. There are Jews and there are Gentiles. My people are my people. We are a small tribe of 15 some odd million characters in Hebrews, Shebrews, they brews, who brew together and sometimes brew against each other. And right now, what's happened in the house is just that. There are camps and tribes that are pitted against each other with our extremities and the unfortunate polarization that plagues a lot of political arenas these days. Israel, as you see in the news, with people in the streets and protesters, some see it with a sense of pride and honor for what they believe in preserving democracy for the nation of Israel, and others see it as an abomination and a tragedy and thuggery. And so we have to contrast those two perspectives and try to synthesize a little bit of what's going on in the house tonight. And in Israel 2023, July 27th, the 27th day of July, it's the 9th of Av that just finished. And we are here trying to make sense of it all. And I hope we are able to hopefully hope. Let's bring hope, tikva. Let's remember, Hebrews, my nation, come together a little bit. I'm not asking us to hug hands, and I'm not asking us to placate one another. I am simply asking us to step back from the freaking gas pedal a little bit. Both camps have taken it too far, trying to ram, reform, and gut the Supreme Court one fell swoop is a bit too much, Mr. Levine. And for those of us in the streets thinking we're practicing social justice and waving flags and turning democracy into a bit of a party and a show is also a little bit short-sighted when it comes to the fact that we do need judicial reform, and we do need to reconsider our institutions, and we need a constitution, and we need a lot of things as a nation. But we're not going to get it by crossing our arms and stomping our feet like little children and saying, no, 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 either eat this or I'm going to freaking gut punch you, and shoving things down our throat, or stomping our feet like little liberal children and saying, no, no, no. We have to step back from the extremes of our inklings and hopefully rise above our polarization to be able to compromise. It's the only way the contract of our nation will ever function. We need to compromise with each other, with our Palestinian cousins, with the Arab Israelis, with the Druze and the Christians and the Cherkesim and the Ahmadiyya as part of the social fabric of what makes this state so special. Let's listen to each other. Let's get some better policing in the villages. Let's get some better schools in Mea Sharim for children who don't necessarily want to follow a certain lifestyle, but want to also be exposed to different ideas that will only elevate their knowledge and wisdom with a healthy background in Torah study, maybe, and maybe a degree in mathematics thereafter. I want our children to thrive. I want Jerusalem to grow. I want the tension to abate just a little bit. I want my Palestinian cousins to be invited to the conversation. And we need to take a serious look in the mirror, one and all, and calm down and be careful. And remember, the house has burned before. Don't let it burn again. Let's be responsible. Let's be adults. Let's push things forward. Let's rise above our bullshit and have tikva, not just on our hearts and on our lips, but in our hands and in our souls. Building the state of Israel, building the nation of Israel, building up one another. Am Yisrael Chai, I love you all. Let's make peace.